morning. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all today on this frigid Thursday morning? Or actually, it's 10 after 12, so it is Thursday afternoon. I am just waiting to get ready to go to my last and final show of 2024. Double checked this morning that it was a go, which it is. I have to wear a mask the whole time. So it's a very short show. It's only an hour and a half, thank goodness, because it is going to be an hour and a half long hot flash. That's basically what happens when I have to wear a mask. So what are you going to do? That's just the way it goes. The sun is shining, but there is some snow on the ground. That's the facility where my Uncle Kenny is. So that's just how close we are. And my car is parked right behind that fence, which I hope it's still there because it's not supposed to be there. But there's no street parking right now because of the winter snow route. So what are you going to do? There's a bunch of young boys next door who are fire college students or something. There's like 3 or 4 of them renting the house adjacent to my aunt. And they are all parking here, there, and everywhere. So hopefully I don't get lumped into a bad lot with them. But we were going to check with the facility and let them know that I was back there. And I thought, well, what if they say no? It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? I think that's the way the saying goes. So anyway, today's little bag, this really lovely little Coach yellow wristlet. Love this zipper pull, just a little leather, kind of stitched soft leather zipper pull. You've got all your C's. It's not the jacquard, it's like a nylon, which is really nice. So you've got a nice big pocket here, and you open the wristlet up and you've got a compartment, a bunch of slip pockets, card slots. Really nice wristlet. The hang tag's in great shape. There we go. So this is going to be coming with me to the show today. So you never know, it might be gone. It might be. So yesterday, I didn't speak to you. We had kind of a busy day yesterday. We decided last minute to go over to, now where is it? Port Huron? I think that's where we were, over in the US of A. So sneaky. I mailed a couple of bags from Port Huron yesterday. One was going to North Carolina, and one was going to Lake Lucerne in New York. So, something stuck in my tooth. Sorry. So, these are bags that have been kind of sitting for a while. So I was thrilled to be able to get them sent out. I've got one more item that I am going to retrieve when I go home. I'm going to go home for a few days. I'm not sitting well with everything that's going on with my furnace. I did finally get connected to the monitor, which it was not allowing me to do. And then this morning I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it one more try, and it worked. So the tank is sitting at 64% right now. Now they only fill it to 80, and actually it was only filled to 78. So that was maybe a week ago, just over a week ago. So it is what it is. My aunt had her furnace looked at this morning. So I had a little chat with the gentleman, and we were talking about heat pumps, and he said, make sure that you have ductwork that is good enough, wide enough for the heat. He said, when you're dealing with a very small space, it may not work, just because the heat has to build up enough the air has to build up enough to get heated. And because the trailer is such a small space, sometimes that doesn't happen. So I've been looking at pellet stoves. I've been looking at all kinds of things. And I thought, you know what? I am just going to try and find out if the park has plans to up the ampage per lot. If they're going to be putting $250,000 four season units and then even more than that, double wide units, they're going to have to go to at least 50 amp, I would think, because right now our lots are 30 amp. So, albeit that the furnace, I think the igniter runs on hydro, but if I've got multiple heaters going, I'm not sure that my 30 amp would handle it. So lots to think about, lots to kind of mull over in my brain. Again, the furnace, nothing wrong with it, nothing wrong with the tank, nothing wrong with the pipe work, which is a good thing to know. However, the furnace guy today, he said, my only concern with a 28-year-old furnace is, you're going to wake up one cold morning and it's not going to be working anymore. If that's the case, then that's the case. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not replacing the furnace until it needs to be replaced because, to be honest, I mean, he came upstairs and said to Auntie Anna, it's okay. It's 9 years old. Come on. A furnace is supposed to last longer than 9 years old in excellent condition. So I'm just thinking, they don't make things like they used to. I'm going to hang on to my 1996 furnace as long as I can. And if I need to replace it, then I need to replace it. Because he was saying that even though you get the split heat, whatever they're called, the heat pump, whatever, you still need a furnace. Because in extreme cold weather, they don't work. So they're not efficient. They're not. And I'm like, well, I mean, it's minus 18 today. So I looked it up and it said that they're efficient to -7. It's not going to work in our northern Canadian climate. So I'd rather have a pellet stove before I spend all that kind of money. So I was looking at roofs and, I'm just kind of running off the back of the experience in my house and how negative and terrible and horrible and traumatic all that crap was. So I just am trying to, I guess, put a fire out before it starts, which is just how I run my brain. Very kind of indicative of how, I was managing, panicking at the end of my marriage when things weren't going well financially, whatever. I was coming up with all kinds of crazy solutions just to try and see if I could solve the problem without having to, have it all fall on my shoulders, which is basically what it was going to end up as. And I suggested some pretty crazy crap now that I think about it, but it was all done in a positive, forward moving vein. It was never meant to be disrespectful or anything like that, but I did come up with some crazy crap. So, I'm an overthinker. I'm a worrier. I come by that honestly. It's been a rough go for the last 20 years. It will be 20 years next year since I split with my kid's father. And, was on my own for a very, very, very long time. And for any of you out there who have been on your own for a significant amount of time, don't discount how crazy it's going to be to get used to having somebody else in your life. I didn't even give it a thought. I was so swept up in the love bombing in the beginning. Everything was amazing. I couldn't be any more beautiful or gorgeous, or, that was everybody's nickname, gorgeous. And you don't realize that living on your own for 16 years is a significant amount of time. So it just isn't going to happen where somebody else can come into your space and it's not going to cause rifts or cause issues. So, note to self, any of you out there who are kind of considering moving in with somebody or having somebody move in with you, find out what the rules and regulations are about, if you've been a homeowner for a long time, find out what that legality is in terms of, your other half, being entitled to parts of your home. And luckily that wasn't an issue for me, but I didn't even think about it. Prenup, get one, please get one. I was lucky and didn't really need one. And I have no intentions of going after him for anything. I could, but I don't want to be tied to him in that length, for that length of time or anything like that. So just be smart. Be smart. I never in a million years thought what would happen to me happened. And, but it did. And it could have been much worse. I could be in Nova Scotia with a house I can't afford, by myself with no family or friends, because let's face it, my family and friends are the only thing that has gotten me through this shit show over the last almost 5 months now. And, please be careful. Just be careful, especially if you are a mature woman with an asset. Please be careful, because I don't think any of us thought that it would be done to us this way, but it was. So just, don't think it's not going to happen to you, because it can, and it will if you're not careful. So I am going to go home for a little bit. I'm leaving tomorrow and I will be back probably Tuesday. Today is my last show of the year, as I've said already. And, we're just going to play it by ear. I'm just checking the time because I want to upload this before I go, and then get over to my car, start it up, let it run for a little bit. I haven't been out and about for a few days, so it's in the direct sun, so it should be warmed up a little bit. Hopefully my bags are fine. It's another reason I want to go home. I didn't bring enough cookies with me, so I need to restock, and I need to get my bags out of the car. They're heating, they're cooling, they're heating, they're cooling. Hopefully there's no shenanigans happening in the leather, which I will find out today. But I am going back home, and I'm going to take care of some of the propane stuff. I got to go pay the bill. I did finally get the tank monitor to connect to my phone, which was awesome. I think I said that already. Oh, I'm having a hot flash. The hot flashes have kind of calmed down a little bit the last 2 weeks before I left, St. Catharines and my place. Insane. And I have had no drinks, no chocolate for a couple of months now. I am waiting for my Christmas Eve tradition of a box of turtles and as many of them as I can eat. And it might not be Oliver Twist this year. I think I'm going to watch a movie I absolutely love. It's the original Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. It's Angela Lansbury. I think it was filmed in the 90s, but it is set in the 50s, I believe, or early 60s. Amazing movie. What's his name? Omar Sharif, one of my mom's favorite movie stars, is in it. And it's all about Christiane Dior. So you will love it if you, I think you can get it on YouTube. The only thing with YouTube is the damn commercials. Jesus, crazy pants. So, like I said, short show today, an hour and a half, which is okay by me. So hopefully I will sell a ton of stuff and, put a few more bucks in my pocket before the end of the year. And did I spend any money yesterday? We went over the river. I told you, I mailed bags. I went to Hobby Lobby. Wasn't all that impressed. Half the shelves were empty. And when I did go to like the leather craft section, there was hardly anything there. So, but my wonderful friend Neil did share with me that it is just after Black Friday. So maybe that's why. But they seem to be, all their Christmas stuff was 50% off, which I guess, we're less than 2 weeks away. So, I guess they got to get rid of as much as they can somehow. And all the Valentine's Day stuff is starting to come out, which is my birthday, which I'm not really looking forward to this year. However, there might be a little something special happening for me on my birthday this year or next year. So we shall see. We shall see. Not sure yet, but it's in the works, I think. So I'm going to let you go. Hopefully my show will be awesome, awesome, awesome. And tomorrow, maybe I'll talk to you. I'm not sure. I'm going to be in transit tomorrow. Not sure if I'm going straight home or if I'm going to a friend's in Hamilton. More than likely, that's what's going to happen. And then I'll get home at some point and back in Sarnia by Tuesday, because Wednesday, we're going to get some more crappy weather. So be safe, everyone, wherever you are, if you've got lots of snow, and I will talk to you soon.